I am going to be doing some adaptive yoga today. What that means is I'm going to use a chair for most of the practice. I'm doing this for the people that cannot stand to do yoga. So I just want to make this clear. Yoga is for everyone. And I strongly believe that anytime you can get on the mat, anytime you can relax, anytime you can find time for yourself, I mean, that's yoga. Even just deep breathing, if you have a rough day, or just being patient, just being, finding time for yourself, that's yoga. So I want anyone to be able to do this yoga practice with me. And I have a very special friend that is not able to do yoga, so I am doing this for her, and I'm hoping that she'll practice with me with the chair. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of different, the cat is going crazy. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things just while sitting on the chair. I'm also going to do some things standing up next to the chair, maybe some balancing. Those are totally optional. If you're not able to get up out of the chair, then this practice is for you. So we're just going to start in a comfortable seat. You can have any chair you like. You could have blocks if that is okay for you. If not, you totally don't need blocks. Okay, we'll just start in a comfortable seat. Feet can be flush together or hip width apart, and we're just going to let our palms fall onto our thighs. Back is straight. Maybe soften your gaze. Just settle in on the chair. Letting our eyelashes open. I'm going to take my hands down at my sides. And inhale, I'm going to raise my arms up overhead. Maybe take my neck and look up as well. Inhale in here. Exhale, lower the arms. Maybe incorporate your head this time. Inhale in. Arms raise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower. Now as you do this, really engage your core here. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, arms raise up overhead. Exhale, lower. Chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. One more. Inhale, arms up overhead. Now this time we're going to take a twist to the right. So you're going to take your left hand and place it on your right thigh. Your right hand can be behind you on the chair, twisting open to the right. Gaze can be to your right, or it can be over your right shoulder, looking toward the back of the chair. Inhale in, arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to take the twist to the left. Every time you breathe in, find extension, and exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper into the stretch. a time where you can get your blocks, or you don't have to have your blocks. I'll show you two different ways here. So we're going to take a side bend to the left, stretching through our right side body. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to start to bend to the right, or to the left, sorry. Opening up through the right side body. You can leave both arms up overhead. If that does not feel comfortable and you feel a little shaky here, maybe you could take your hand to your block, or you can take your hand to the chair. Just stabilizing yourself here, stretching through the right side body, making sure that your heart is spiraling open to the sky. Gaze can be lifted toward those right fingertips. Inhale in, both arms up overhead. Exhale, bend to the right, opening up through the left side body. Only go as far as is comfortable in your spine. Making sure you're spiraling your heart toward the sky and not crunching in down here. Finding extension and lift. Inhale in, both arms up overhead. Exhale, we'll lower them down. And now we're going to do just a few neck circles here, just to work out our neck. So inhale, our neck back, or rolling our head to the back. Exhale to the front. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Switch directions, going toward the left. On your next inhale, come back up to center. We're going to start to stretch through our legs here. So if this is not an option for you, then that is totally fine. You can just stay here, stretching through the back. But we're going to begin to bring our right leg up and take our ankle and put it over our, our left leg. And you'll feel an opening here in your right hip. Keeping your feet active, you can stay here, just stretching through our hip, opening up here in like a chair modified figure 4 stretch. Or you can begin to fold forward. You'll just feel the sensation more in this hip here. You can always bring a block in front of you, or you can fold forward as far as feels okay. You should have both sit bones on the chair, and you should always be able to feel sensation but not pain. Breathing deep. Inhale, we'll rise back up. We'll begin to unravel, so you can just take your right leg and gently place it back on the ground. And then we'll do the same thing with our left, placing it over our right leg, opening up through that left hip here. You can stay here, or you can begin to fold forward. Sending the breath to where you feel the most sensation. And notice if you're gripping or there's tension, just try to let it go. On your next inhale, start to unravel. Bring that left leg back to the mat or to the floor. Now we're going to open up into like a modified goddess. We'll come toward the end of the mat here, or the end of the chair, I'm sorry. And we'll just open up here and we'll do a few little shoulder stretches. So what we're going to do is place our hands with our fingers toward the back of the mat. And we're going to start to bring that left shoulder in and stretch through the left shoulder here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left side, stretching through the right shoulder. Careful not to come too far so you don't fall out of the chair. Inhale back to center, and we'll begin to bring our legs back in front of us. We'll go through a few rounds of cat-cow. So I'm going to bring my hands where my fingers are facing each other here on my thighs. And inhale, we will take our belly and round it through. So like a cow, spiraling our heart up toward the ceiling. And then on our exhale, we'll begin to round through like a cat. Stretching through the back and the front bodies. Inhaling in, exhale, round through. Do a few more on our own. Really empty, empty, empty everything out as you exhale. One more. And your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And we will move through chair modified sun salutations. So what I'm going to have you do is on your inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, we'll begin to fold forward. And you can fold as far as possible for you. You can always have a block in front of you as well. Inhale, we'll bring our hands halfway up our shins for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go through that one more time, okay? Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just make sure you're really engaging that core here, tucking those ribs down, and then you'll feel really a lot more balance in your core here. You won't need to lean against the chair for this. You can sit up nice and tall. We're going to come into a warrior one stance on the chair. I'm going to have my right leg forward here, so I'm going to take my leg and move it out to where the front toes are facing the right. And our back leg is going to be, we're going to come to the side of the chair here. It'll be a little bit easier. We're going to bring our back leg out straight, front knee is over front ankle, dialing our toes, trying to make our pelvis as, let me shorten your stance here. Trying to make our pelvis as neutral as possible here. We're going to inhale, rise up for warrior one. Now I can really feel this in my leg, my front leg here. So if it's too much for you, you can sit a little bit deeper into the chair. But I'm actually pressing away with both of my feet so I can feel engaged here in this right leg. Careful not to grip through the toes, but making sure that we're just pressing away with our feet in all four corners of our feet, knitting our ribs down, arms are up overhead. Inhale in here, exhale through the nose, inhale in, exhale. We're going to open up to warrior two. So you might need to adjust your stance and come onto the chair a little bit further out onto the chair here. This is where your pelvis is externally rotated toward the front. My front knee's still over my front ankle. My back toes are dialed in. My hands are, my arms are open wide. My gaze is over my front fingertips. Knitting those ribs down here, pressing into the back edge of the back foot. Engaged through my front leg. Inhale, I'm going to flip the palm and come back for reverse warrior. I'm going to take my left palm and put it on my left leg here. Gaze is up toward the ceiling, up toward my right fingertips. Inhale, we'll start to come down for extended side angle, which means I'm going to take my right forearm and put it on my right leg, spiral my left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Gaze is up toward those left fingertips, if that feels okay in your neck. Breathing here, engaged in the core and in those legs. Inhale, we'll reverse our warrior again. Inhale in, exhale, warrior two. Inhale in, exhale, we'll begin to come out of warrior two, bringing our legs back to a neutral position. Shaking them out if you need. And we'll move through a round of sun salutations. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands at shins or on the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll bring that sequence onto our left side. Maybe if the kitty will allow it. Bringing our left leg to where our toes are pointed forward. Come scooting a little bit to the edge of the chair. And straightening out through our right leg here. Taking our pelvis, making sure that it is neutral here toward the back of the mat or towards your left side. Inhaling in, Arms up overhead, warrior one. Knitting those ribs down. Careful not to grip in the toes, but pressing through all four corners of your left foot. Inhale in here. Exhale, open up for warrior two, maybe adjusting your stance or your seat on, on the chair. Front knee is over front ankle. Those arms are open wide, knitting those ribs down. Gaze is over your left fingertips. Inhale, we'll flip our palm for reverse warrior. Inhale in here. Exhale, we'll start to come down for our extended side angle. Right arm spirals up toward the ceiling. Gaze is up toward the right fingertips. Careful not to dump into that left forearm here, but just resting it on your left thigh. Inhale, reverse your warrior again. Inhale in here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Pressing into the back edge of that foot. And we'll start to come back, sitting back on the chair, bringing our feet in front of us. And now we can do balancing while we're standing next to the chair. So what I'm gonna do is go through a tree pose where you can be holding on to the chair. If you are not comfortable in standing up for a tree pose, you can always bring your foot to the chair if that feels comfortable to you. I'm not really sure that there's another option here, but I feel like if you could get your foot up here like this, this would be a nice tree pose while you're sitting down. So what we're going to do is if you are able to stand, we'll come to the side of the chair. And you can turn your chair to the side here. And we'll begin to hold with our right hand while we bring our weight into our right foot. And now you can have your toes still on the ground here. That is tree pose. You can have your left toes and your left foot on your shin here. That is also tree pose. And you could bring your left leg to your left foot to your right thigh, pressing with your left foot into your right thigh and pressing back with your right thigh into your foot to create a little bit of tension there for the stability. You can bring your left arm up overhead if that's okay. Focusing on something in front of you. Inhale in, exhale, we'll start to unravel. And I'm going to flip my chair, or flip my chair so I can do the same thing here on the right side with my left, bringing the weight into my left foot here. So I'm going to bring my left hand to the chair. Right foot can be on the ground like this. That is tree pose. Tree pose can be right here. It's wherever your balance feels the best. If you feel like you're going to tip over at all, don't attempt this. This is only for someone that feels that they have the balance. I don't want anyone getting hurt trying to balance with the chair. So even in keeping your toes on the ground, if that's where you are, that is perfectly fine. Keeping, or you can push your toes to your shin or foot all the way to your left thigh. Finding your gaze, something to focus on for your stability. Arm can be raised or at your hip. Engaging through your core. Inhale in, exhale, start to unravel here. Bring our chair back to the center of our mat, or if you don't have a mat, that's fine too. Just bring our chair back to center. And we'll begin to cool down. Maybe taking some gentle circles with our shoulders one way, and then the other. Starting to cool down. Maybe taking our right leg and crossing it over our left and twisting to our left side. Then finding a counter twist on our right. Back is nice and straight and elongated. Inhaling back to center, uncrossing those legs and taking it to the other side, crossing the left over the right and finding the twist to the right. Inhaling through center, exhale, finding that counter twist to the left. Inhaling back through center, unraveling those legs. And we're going to find our final pose of Shavasana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my palms on my thighs and just relax here. Letting my body become heavy into the chair, softening my gaze or closing my eyes. Maybe letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth, softening the jaw, softening through the shoulders and the arms and the fingertips. Softening through the pelvis and the legs and the toes. to deepen the breath. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this was able to, that you were able to do this practice, and that this was able to help you. And sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I just feel like everyone should have access to yoga, and I feel like no matter what, no matter where you are, you can do this. You got this, okay? Hands at Heart Center. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you were able to do this, and if everything worked out. I hope that you enjoyed it. Namaste.